Greetings, it's Black Witchess. In this video, I'm going to share with you a few tips on how you can actually magically achieve success when you're going for a job interview, whether that's a promotion or actually requesting more money from the current job you're at. There's certain things magically that you can do to ensure a higher level of success in achieving your desires. So I was talking to a client today, Dr. G, and we were going through some of these techniques that I suggest that you can do, and I thought I'd share them with you guys now. So the first thing, of course, in black magic, if you wanted to do it, and especially if you're working with the demons and that level of spiritual entity, although remember you can use any spiritual entity that you're feeling comfortable with, and that is to do a pact. And that is where you're basically asking an entity to work with you in achieving your goal. And so firstly, you've got to get really clear about your goal, what you want to achieve. So either you're really clear on that in your head, or you can write it down on a petition. And then you're going to have a ritual where you're contacting that entity. You're going to put down, you're going to suggest what you actually want. And then you're going to suggest the offering to the deity that you're willing to commit to on an ongoing basis. That is something you can do. And of course, if you're working with demons, the demons that you could work with to help you with this level of request would be Belial or Volak. These two demons have while they're quite similar in helping you achieve this, I'd say Belial is more like you're going for more senior level positions. What in some of my own notes, what have I got? Assisting one with job promotions, helping to gain a higher position, and helping to bring favors in, even from, it's saying, for example, in the classic grimoires, it says, can bring favors from others, even one's enemies. And so an enemy doesn't have to be a dire enemy. It could be an enemy, so for example, in the workplace where you're going in for an interview with a HR person, human resources person, and maybe you haven't had a good standing with that person before, and you're really asking for the demon or the spiritual entity to get this person to overlook some of their own issues that they might have towards you and see more in your favor. This is one of the things that you could perhaps manifest. Or when you're putting down the amount of money that you want, for example, if you're going through the interviews in senior positions and people will say, how much money do you actually want? And you can actually say how much money you want. The demon can actually help you achieve that amount of money that you want, because you're actually also you're doing the work. You're actually asking the demon to help manipulate this person to see that you're worth the while to achieve this money, and this will help you in achieving whatever you want. So Volak, he's one, I'll read out what it says in a classic grimoire. He moves quite fast. He can help lead one to a good job. So if you're going for a position, some sort of job that you want, he might be the one that you call to, versus Belial, where he's going to help you when you're already in an organization to achieve a more senior position or to go for a higher level money. Volak could be the one that's going to help you get a job. So which one should you use personally if you're about to ask me that question? I suggest that you call to both of those energies before you actually do the pack. So I suggest that you sit there and see if Volak will interact with your energy. Does he respond to you? And if no, go to Belial and see if Belial's energy is more receptive to you and actually asking for what you want. And if you're not comfortable with doing any of that type of work, let me suggest to you something else. Now, when it comes to more conjure or hoodoo, or even, the creation of mojo bags and so forth goes back into witchcraft as well. So typically what you can do is make one of these little mojo style bags or red flannel bags, and these are done to help. They're done as a talisman, really. And what this is, a classic way to do it, is with a red talisman, a lodestone, and, where is it? Crown of Success oil. Now, remember the oils, they're not just an oil in a bottle. The oils are made up of certain herbs, and these herbs are being hopefully harvested in the right hour, and at the point of creation, whoever's made them has really set a spiritual intention for the oil itself. So you're going to get some of this oil, you're going to dress it on a lodestone. Now remember, lodestones represent the earth element, and so you're connecting with the energy of the earth because you want to be able to have this manifest, this spell. And have you ever seen a lodestone before? You know, they're quite dirty, but what they do, they've got all these little, I don't know what the proper word for is, for these, the lodestone grit, if you like. And you can dress lodestones as well with lodestone. They've got all different funny names, from conjure to witchcraft stuff. But lodestone has these magnetic sands that you can put on. See how that's all sticking? You probably can't see. But what this does is actually creates a little bit more of a charge to the lodestone, of course, because it's like a magnet. So it's like, I don't have all the fancy words for this, but this gives the lodestone more energy. So it's dressed, you'll dress the lodestone as well. And when you're holding the lodestone, you're calling out to the universal source energy, if you don't want to call out to a deity, to infuse the intention, set the intention for this little talisman to help you manifest the job that you desire, or manifest the amount of money in this job that you're going for. And then what you'll do is that you'll put it in the little bag, the little red bag. You seal the bag, tie it up. There's all sorts of different ways. Everyone's got the right way to do it, but this is really all that you really need to do. If you want, you can dress the bag with a little bit more oil. And you just keep this on your person until you manifest that job. So you keep it in your bag, or they say you keep it, if you're a woman, you keep it in your left bra strap, closest to your heart. If you're a guy, you can put it into your pocket, or put it into your, if you're wearing a jacket, into your jacket pocket. And this is just a really good talisman set with that purpose, with that intention. That's really as simple as what that is. And that's not scary, is it? It doesn't involve a pack or anything, so it's safe for everyone to use. If you want to step into more of the planetary style magic, then you might actually create a sigil of Jupiter. Jupiter is for money and success, and so I'll put a link to the blog on the Black Witch Coven website, or the BOS, the Book of Shadows on the Black Witch Coven website, and you can check out what that sigil looks like. So you could either, there's so many ways you can use all of this. I use all of them. I put a candle, so I'll light a green candle and I'll put it on top of the sigil of Jupiter. I would even put my little Mojo bag on top of the sigil of Jupiter with my candle there, and I could even run the Mojo bag through over the flame of the candle. I might even light some money type of incense, and I could put the bag over that. Once again, just infusing the bag with the intention, the purpose. Or even if you're just working with the sigil of Jupiter, I would just be calling to the sigil, holding a sigil of Jupiter, calling out to the energies of the planet Jupiter to help you achieve that success. Now, the sigil itself, you can just look it up yourself, because Wikipedia even has a lot of good information on it. The sigil itself is a magical, it's a magical spell just in itself without using anything else. And it goes back to magical squares. It goes back into numerology, and it's all created on these numbers, these grid of numbers, and that's how you get the actual sigil of Jupiter. All the sigils and so forth are created on magical squares or magical numbers, and the outtake from that is just a sigil of actually doing the spell on the magical grid of numbers. Too much for this video, but what you're left is with a sigil, and the sigil is a highly charged, it comes as like a ready-made, highly charged object that you can use to cool down energetically to achieve what you want. So that's 10 minutes of me talking about this for you. That's given you quite a few tips on what you can do when you're going for a job, or you're going for a promotion, or you're asking for more money in the workplace, some things that you can do to have a little bit more success. So if you do have success from any of these methods, of course, we'd love to hear back from you. Or maybe you want to write a blog post about it and we can share it on the Black Witch Coven blog. If you do, write into support@blackwitchcoven.com and share your story, and one of my lovely ladies from Black Witch Coven might even put it on the website, and who knows, we might be generous and send you a little prize. Who knows how we're feeling at that time. So good luck with your jobs, and may you kick ass in the workplace. Blessed beast, one and all.